Episode 11. Fear is a subtle enemy. It creeps into your thoughts, disguising itself as protection, as a warning, as something to keep you safe. But it doesn't keep you safe, does it? It only keeps you trapped. Trapped in the illusion of control, in the lie that if you just manage things well enough, if you push yourself hard enough, if you make everything perfect, then you'll be okay. But you won't be. You'll be exhausted. And eventually, you'll break. I remember the first time fear nearly took me down. It wasn't just a shadow, a lingering discomfort. No, it was a storm, a full, raging panic. I thought I was going to die. In the middle of a class exam, I lost control. The fear surged in, uninvited and unrelenting. My heart was pounding, my body trembling, and in my mind, it was as if I could hear the clock ticking toward my end. I collapsed in the hallway, my body crumpling under the weight of a fear that felt more real than the walls around me. They rushed me to the hospital. The tests were all normal. They told me it was just my mind, just fear. But it didn't feel like just fear. It felt like a betrayal of my very soul. It felt like a fracture, a crack in the foundation that held me together. For months, I fought with this invisible force. Every time life pushed me to the edge, I panicked. I feared the unknown, the uncontrollable. I feared failure. I feared losing everything. I feared just living. But here's what I've learned since then. The thing about fear is that it thrives on your disconnection from something bigger than yourself. Fear grows in the spaces where you forget that you are not the one who holds it all together, where you forget that your worth is not tied to your ability to control every detail, every outcome, every possibility. I can't tell you how long I lived like that, chasing perfection, chasing approval, chasing a future that seemed too far away to reach. I worked myself to the bone, convinced that I had to prove myself, that I had to do it all and do it well. But you know what? The work didn't heal me. The titles didn't heal me. The caffeine and the deadlines, they didn't heal me. What healed me was realizing that I couldn't do it all, that trying to be superhuman was only going to destroy me. It wasn't until I surrendered to something greater than my own anxiety, until I learned to trust in something I couldn't see or control, that I began to find peace. It was in those moments when fear had its tightest grip on me that I felt a quiet nudge from deep within, like a gentle whisper reminding me, you don't have to do this alone. You were never meant to. And that was when I understood. Fear thrives in isolation. But love casts out fear. Perfect love. I don't mean love as some fluffy, idealistic notion. I mean real, raw, imperfect, patient love. The kind of love that says, I trust that everything will unfold as it should, even if I don't have control, even if things go wrong, even if I fail. You see, fear tells you that you have to fight for everything, hold on to everything, protect yourself from every threat. But love, true love, tells you something else. It tells you that God is with you, that you don't have to be afraid because He's already covered the battle. For God has not given us a spirit of timidity, but of power and love and discipline. That verse became my anchor. It was like an invitation to let go of the fear that had been suffocating me. It was a reminder that I could live in peace, not because I had it all figured out, but because I had someone with me who had it all figured out. and I could rest in that. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying that the fear doesn't try to creep back in. It does. But now, when it comes, I don't fight it with my own strength. I don't let it control me. Instead, I pray. I release it. I ask God to restore my spirit, to remind me that His love is greater than any fear I could ever face. If you're still fighting that battle, if fear has its hold on you too, know this: you don't have to fight it on your own. You don't have to keep carrying that weight. You don't have to keep trying to control everything. The peace you're searching for, it's not in the next promotion or the perfect plan. It's in surrendering, in trusting, in loving God enough to let go of the things that torment your mind. There's a verse in the Bible that says, "When I am afraid, I will put my trust in you." And it's true. Because when I put my trust in Him, the fear loses its grip. It fades. And in its place, peace, strength, love. So if you feel like you're drowning in worry, in panic, in fear, I encourage you to surrender. Let go of the need to control everything, the fear of what could go wrong. And when you do, you'll find a spirit not of fearfulness, but of power and peace. And that is something no fear can take away. So take a breath and let love cast out the fear. Let it heal you. Let it make you whole again. I am Nelly Ferrari, and I live the Kodach secrets.